Alright guys, you asked to see how we done over $4,000 revenue with Taboola publisher on one of our viral news sites last month with over $2,500 pure profit. Now at this point we've been running this site for a little while. Sure, we do get a bit of organic traffic, but that's inevitable after you've been running paid ads for a while, publishing fairly decent content. And so here's what it looks like. Okay, here's inside one of our ads account, and let me be honest with you, we are running 3 ad accounts in India. It's just the way we have to go about it to avoid certain taxes that are really not worth paying. We also monetize with a Google AdX partner that actually brings us more revenue than Taboola does by the month. So you can see the numbers I'm showing you is with our lowest performing network, and that still puts us in great profit margins, over 150% ROI. And when we bring in the other network, we're literally just doubling up on all those numbers we are talking about. And over the next few days we'll be releasing a more detailed case study covering everything, the ins and outs of getting such results. You can see it's extremely lucrative and profitable for us, and today I'm going to walk you through the setup and what it really looks like and how SliderSense links into all of this. Let's get straight into it. Before we look at the article, this is just our spend. As you can see, I wanted to save us some time, so as you can see, from one account 66,000 rupees, we spent $900 there. On the other accounts we would have spent about $400-500 each, leaving us with a whole load of profit. Now if we open up the publisher account just for that website, Wellness 99, which you probably all know about at this point, you can see 1 million page views, a 10% ad CTR. Now that's pretty unusual, and not many sites can get such ad CTRs, but with the structure we have set up, this site, we set it up way before SliderSense ever came about, but now you can achieve this exact ad placement and setup in a few clicks rather than any technical coding that we had to carry out and, you know, edit theme files. None of that stuff anymore, just a plugin and straight smooth setup. So as we can see, ad revenue for last month there, 322,000 Indian rupees, and we put that in GBP. All right, that's 3,332 pounds. We put that in USD, that's $4,350. Now for anyone that's been running an online business for any type of time, all right, whether you're selling products, e-commerce, affiliate offers, Amazon affiliates, you will know that selling products gets pretty hard. And if you could make over $4,000 in a month without selling a single product, then believe me, you'd probably be pretty chuffed. All right, and so here's all it takes. All it takes is an article just like this one. This is actually one of our winning campaigns. So if there's any website hackers out there that are looking to kind of work on our success, all right, people that actually like to take action, well, here I'm giving away something extremely valuable to us. As you can see, the website alone has tracked 230,000 page views, and that number is never accurate. When you see something like this on a website, you know that is one of their winning campaigns. All right, so here's me being straight with you, honest with you. This is one of our winning campaigns that's made us a lot of money. 11 foods to help fight knee and joint pain, and all it looks like is an article like this. Got the image and boom, next. All right, we keep going, next, and we just got different sliders. All right, and literally we just have an image per page, a bit of text, and then we have our ads. Now sure, you might not be monetizing with Taboola. Some people are a bit picky about the ads that are presented on their site. Regardless, the placement will always look like this. You will always have a sidebar ad over here. You'll potentially have a ad over here, okay, underneath the title. That's one ad code I really like to use, but we're not using on wellness, as you can clearly see. And then we have the one at the bottom with the buttons, okay, and then below the button. So above buttons, below buttons, sometimes we have below title and sidebar. Sidebar is essential. So these 3 over here, extremely essential. What we're trying to do here is retain our readers for as long as possible. The longer we keep them, the more likely they are to see an ad that they are interested in and click on it. Once they click on it, we get paid. That's our job done, okay? And the longer we keep them, the stronger audiences we build. These are the people that we can then in the future push more content to. They are more likely to end up clicking on ads, which is what, like I said, what causes us to get paid. All right, all it takes is a few clicks and you are getting paid, no product sold. Okay, and that's it. That's literally all it takes. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tune out of this video and I'm gonna move you over to a demo I've already recorded of SliderSense. I'm gonna show you how it's now so simple to achieve this exact setup, okay, and get custom buttons. I'm gonna show you how to customize your sliders, all right, and how to achieve these ad placements with no extra plugin, no theme modification, nothing at all. Simply SliderSense alone will help you achieve all of this and get you generating similar results to what we are seeing currently in our business. That's me, Abdullah Ashraf. I'll see you over at the demo. Hi there, it's Abdullah Ashraf here, and today I'll be walking you through SliderSense and all its functionalities and how to use them. So let's get started off with the pagination. Okay, this is the main function of this tool so that you can create beautiful pagination on your articles with little hassle and little work. So to start with, we can activate our pagination. You obviously would have bought this tool if you want to use this. So for starters, you want to just turn this on, and it's probably going to be on anyways by default. Then the button options, you have the choice to use a single next button so that the people, when they're reading your content, they can't go back. Or you can use a next and previous so that after the first page, they'll also be able to go back a page. Then we've got a button alignment. Now the button alignment once again really just applies to the only next button, because your next and previous is going to look a bit crazy if you push them to the right side. Whereas with the next only button, you may want to put it on the right side, or you may think you want to leave it in the middle. So it's entirely up to you, and you can play with those settings right over here. We can close that and we can go to customize your slider. So over here we'll be able to select our buttons, the button size, the width between the buttons, the button color. Now we have a whole load of templates inside here that you can choose from. So cool, well, let's say we go with these buttons, we don't want to use the color green, all right, so we can switch it over. We can go here and we can select blue. That's great. Now the button width is the gap between the buttons. I like having quite the gap so that you know, there's some space between, and if you have a banner ad below the buttons, then the left side button will be at one side of the banner and the right side will be on the other side. So I find that kind of important, but maybe that's just how my brain works, and it's entirely up to you how you want to set up these buttons in regards to size and the width in between. Now if you don't like these button templates that we have in place, you can upload your own custom buttons in here, custom next and back buttons, and they will format themselves onto your site inside this plugin. Okay, so that's us done. So far we've activated the pagination, we've customized our slider, okay, we've chosen our buttons, the colors, and now it's time to apply it to some content. So in here what we can do is under the post selector we have a drop down menu, and over here it will present all of our posts. Okay, so whichever post we want pagination to be on, we can check them over here. That's great. Now we go over to the traffic filters. Okay, so in here we can select which devices, which geo, and which browsers can view the pagination. If they are not from the defined sources over here, then they will not be able to view the pagination, but they will be able to view the content as one long article. So for device, I like to leave it as all, but if you're running a mobile specific campaign, you know, you just want the pagination to be shown to the mobile users. And you know, if you have organic traffic coming in, this can be extremely powerful, because you want your organic traffic seeing the long form post, but your paid traffic to see the slider articles. Okay, so what we do over here is you know, select our device, and for countries we just use any of the country codes. Okay, and you can click here, it will take you a page with all the country codes and you can plug them in here. So let's say we only want US, UK and Canada to view the pagination. That's great. And for browsers we can go specific, or we can leave it all as one. Then we define referrals, and now what's required here, pay attention, is the pagination referrals. Over here is a redirect and a redirect domain. So what happens with the redirect referrals is if people are not from the defined source over here, then they will be redirected to a domain we define inside this field. So if you are not coming from google.com, we want you to be directed to facebook.com. Again, you can totally play about with this and set it up however you want to. Alright, so in the scenario that you're running a paid campaign and any traffic coming from elsewhere to avoid duplicate data or anything, you can have them redirected to a different domain, so only traffic coming from the network you're advertising on will be able to see the post. Okay, now the difference over here, like I said, is they are being redirected to another domain. On other times, okay, in other situations when we set up the traffic filters or we set up the pagination referrals, if they're not from these domains or that country or that device or that browser, they will still see the post, they simply won't see the pagination, and that's the only difference over then. Like I said, this is optional but can pose extremely powerful to your content marketing. Now what's required, okay, if you want somebody to at least be able to see the pagination, you must set up pagination referrals. Now inside here you set up the sources from which people view your content and for them to be presented your pagination. So in simple terms, anyone coming from the defined sources over here will see your pagination, and if they are not from there, then they will simply see a long form post that's all structured on one page. And finally, we have the insert your ads, and so this is the ultimate ad placement setup which we have created ad boxes for. So it doesn't matter which theme you're using, you can come in here, you can place your ad codes in here. With most networks today, they have responsive ad codes. You take them, you just plug them in here, and they will adjust to the right size for your site, and that will be the extremely tested, proven, high converting ad placement setup that we've been using for many years now, generated insane results with, and you can now do all of that, set them all up within a few clicks of a button, no matter what theme you're using, what plugins you're using. As long as you have slider sense, you can now achieve the perfect ad placement setup. And that right there is an overview of the basic version of Slider Sense. We have some more features in the works right now, and they will be added to an Ultimate Pro version. That's me, Abdullah Ashraf, for this demonstration, and I look forward to seeing you on the other side.